Hey, this is Judgment Waits playing some Modern Warfare 3. This is another one of the new maps that was just released. It's called Boardwalk. Now, when I spawn in this area, I like to come to the beach and kind of watch out right here. There's usually somebody that comes right there. As you can tell, I'm rocking the MP7. I have range on it for my proficiency and a red dot. And that's how I do it when I'm playing hardcore. Now I have scavenger on so that I can pick up some ammo because I'm going to run through it fast with this gun. I've got Hardline Pro, and I also have on Sitrep Pro. I'm using the small for my secondary. I like that because I can shoot down enemy UAVs because I am not running assassin. You know, I have hardline like I said, and I don't want to show up on their radar. It also comes in handy if the enemy team is holding a building or you just need to fire in an explosive into a room, you know, and take some people out. So besides that, I am running the support kill streaks. I'm running UAV and vests, so I'll be constantly putting those on and getting to them. Now, as far as the map is concerned, it's a medium-sized map. You have the beach area that you could probably snipe on. There's long lines of sight there, and on the other side you've got buildings, and kind of in the middle that you have buildings, so it's nice for people that want to run and gun. I found one Easter egg type thing with this map, and it's actually this area that I'm coming into. Basically, it's that game that you normally shoot the water into the clown's mouth and you kind of race, you know. You can actually shoot your gun at the clown's mouth and you can actually race people. So I'd recommend trying it maybe in a private match or something like that. But this area right here, Rummies, if you shoot the clown's mouth, you can actually make something, you know, you can actually race somebody else and you can get, you know, your whole team doing that. Before I forget, I wanted to apologize too because I recorded this from theater mode and it's doing that side to side shaking thing like when the game first started. You know, it kind of has this like almost like a seizure or something where you shake back and forth. I thought they had fixed this, but obviously they didn't, or maybe this is just something I'm experiencing. I don't know. It did this for this match, and I also have a gameplay video that I'm doing on the map Gulch that I want to upload, and it does it even worse on that one. If you're one of those people that post videos on YouTube or you're just going into theater mode, let me know if it's happening to you, because I'm just really curious if that problem is back or not. Back to these maps though, like I said, I have the map Gulch coming up. I probably will release that tomorrow. You know, that's a larger size map. I used the assault kill streaks for that one. I used Predator missile, airstrike, and attack helicopter, and I think I managed to go 27-3 or something like that. But enough about Call of Duty. I actually wanted to talk to you guys about a spiritual matter, and I wanted to talk to you about your relationship with God. You know, I remember being at a point in my life where my relationship with God was pretty lacking. You know, I'd hear people describe theirs and it just seemed to be real and mine didn't. Over the years, I've come to recognize two obstacles in my life to connecting with God, and I wanted to share those two with you. And they are comfort and volume. You know, I strive to make my life comfortable. I think it's just natural. But here's the thing. If you're at a place where things are really comfortable, you probably don't need God, so you don't need that relationship. You know, it's pretty common for someone when they get into trouble, they cry out to God. You know, all of a sudden they become desperate for Him. And oftentimes, you know, I think they grow closer to Him through those things. But here's the thing, a lot of times things go back to normal and you don't really need Him anymore, so you grow, you know, you grow away from Him. A lot of times our relationship with God is just up and down, you know. When we need Him, we're close to Him. When we don't need Him, you know, we're far away and everything like that. You know, I think you need to really spend time talking to God when things are going good. Oftentimes He'll ask you to do things that are pretty uncomfortable. You know, He'll ask you to speak to somebody, to talk to somebody about Christ, to go somewhere, to give something that, you know, means something to you, or whatever it is. You know, these things they're almost like taking a leap of faith to do. And like I said, they'll make you uncomfortable. You know, I've noticed though that times in my life where I've taken these leaps of faith, God has been really near to me. You know, Jesus refers to the Holy Spirit as the helper or the comforter. You know, I believe when we take those leaps of faith and we do those uncomfortable things, God is right there helping us and comforting us through them. I guess I just want to really encourage you guys to step out of your comfort zone. You know, When God asks you to do something, and you think, oh, dear Lord, there's no way I would want to do that or anything like that, just go with it. Just do it. Put your trust, put your faith in Him. Trust Him to provide a way, trust Him to help you out and see you through it, and do it. And I guarantee you, if you do that, you are going to grow closer to Him. He is going to become more and more real. I really want to encourage you to do that. The second thing revolves around, like I said, volume. And I think this is huge for us today. Our lives are super busy. They're super loud. We are constantly multitasking. We've got the smartphones, the cell phones, the computer games, everything. And they are so loud in our lives, and they are so much keeping us busy. If God were to speak with us, or to speak to us, would we even hear Him? Or do we have too many things going on in our lives that draw our attention away from Him? You really have to quiet your life down for periods of time to really listen for Him and to really hear His voice. When I've made it a point to spend time listening, those are the times I've heard Him. I'm not talking to you about like a quick 2 minutes or something like that. I'm talking about a daily, decent sized quiet time, or times in your day where you really stop and want to hear from Him, and I think that's key. I think it really comes down to, do you actually want to hear from Him? I believe He knows our hearts, and I believe that if we do, we'll wait. We'll quiet things down. We'll get rid of all the noise that we can listen. It's kind of like if my wife were to come up to me while I'm watching the Chicago Bears game. If the game's on, I'm not really going to hear my wife, and she knows it, and she won't even bother trying to talk to me. I think it's kind of the same way with God. He knows if we truly want to hear it. So we really need to cut the noise out. I used to mow about 5 acres of grass, and when I did that, I used to listen to music while I was doing it. But I actually quit listening to that music, and I'd actually use that time talking to God while I was riding on a lawnmower. And let me tell you something, I had some awesome conversations with Him, and He really spoke to me at times. But hey, this video is winding down. Let me know what you think about what I said. And if you have any experience or can offer any advice, feel free to do that. But hope you like this. I think I ended up 28-4 or something like that. As always though, take care and God bless.